pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In a moment of silence, please, for all the men and women serving both domestically and abroad, protecting us, making sure we have the right and the freedom to join here today in this democratic process. And a special moment for our president for his health and well-being. Thank you.
Not gonna get in trouble for saying that
Yeah. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the August 31st meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Legislator Klein, second by Legislator Chesbro. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. First resolution is a budget modification for emergency management. This is for additional hours for personnel to update the radiological plan and distribute. I'll entertain a motion in a second, and then Ms. Bennett, do you want to speak on that, or
So moved.
Renee? Okay, motion by Legislator Klein, second by Legislator Emmons. Renee?
Good morning. This was during COVID, our June update to our radiological plan. Our part-time individual usually gets the option, depending on where July 4th falls, to be able to take it at a different time, but we couldn't afford to have her out at that time. We needed her to finish off that radiological update and get it out to all of the individuals. So when she didn't get that time off, that's what we just need to transfer some money we have in our account. We just need to transfer it to where it needs to be to pay her.
So, I have a motion and a second to move the $61. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next resolution is a budget mod. This is for emergency management. This is to accept funding for the dishes grant. This is in the amount of $185,000, was it? $186,151. In your packet, you will see the various agencies that are going to benefit from this. So Legislator Emmons makes a motion, second by Legislator Mangano. I will note that if you look at the list, compared to other years, we are going to greatly benefit in our county departments. I appreciate all departments working together in cooperation to make sure that the county taxpayers who receive this first benefit first and foremost. So thank you. Any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. Next resolution is a budget mod for accepting funding for the Emergency Services, Homeland Security, and EMPGS grant in the amount of $26,695. Motion by Legislator Trudell, second by Legislator Mangano. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. I believe this is the last one for emergency management. We have a resolution adopting the multi-jurisdiction hazard mitigation plan. This is a plan that we've been working on revamping for much of this year and part of last year, I believe. I really want to thank Terry for coordinating the effort with our local municipalities and also with our engineering firm that's been working on this. So I'll entertain a motion, and then if Terry wants to say anything. Motion by Legislator Chesbro, second by Legislator Emmons. Terry Bennett, you want to say anything?
Good morning. Yes, this grant, we received a grant to do the hazard mitigation update, I think in late 2017, and the consultant got on board and got rolling in early 2018. Almost all of the municipalities have participated. We submitted the updated plan to the state in November 2019. They came back with some recommendations that we and the consultant worked on and resubmitted it in March 2020. We received conditional approval in mid-September this month, and all they need now is for the municipalities to all adopt it. This grant, or this plan, it talks about the ways the county can mitigate and lessen the effects of disasters. The plan itself in municipality are all on the EMO webpage, or linked to from the EMO webpage on the county website. And it will allow us to apply for funding for the projects we developed in the course of that update. And in fact, we have just submitted a letter of intent to see if we can get grant funding to help pay for a generator at the social services building, which is a critical facility in the county. And several of the municipalities have been doing the same things. We did receive, for the grant, we received approval for to spend up to $270,000. Our consultant, Martin Lojudas, cost us about $185,000 with the in-kind and other services the county put together. We received already a federal reimbursement in July for $191,000. So we've actually made a little money based on the effort staff put into that plan. So all we need now is to move forward with the plan. The original plan was done in adopted in 2013. This is the update, but it was kind of like a full plan.
Any questions? Richard?
Hopefully I didn't misunderstand, but when you were giving your presentation, you said almost all. Did I understand that properly?
Yes, we missed one. Tried to get them all on board. The last time we were missing 4, we got 3 of those 4 on board. We did a lot of effort to try to get all of the municipalities on board.
And it wasn't lack of trying, because I know that the department tried, I tried, and the sitting legislator for that area tried as well. So.
No, I understand, Terry, because remember you and I worked on it.
Town of Schuylkill is expected to adopt it this month, I think. Village of Phoenix is adopting it tomorrow night, or expected to adopt it tomorrow night. So they jumped on board and did well.
Which municipality is it?
It was Monetto. You will still see them on the list because they attended the first few meetings and then we just couldn't get them back. They couldn't get the information from them.
Before you. Morris?
Yes, I'm not a member of that anyway. I'm just curious, since that's in a school area, is in a industrial park, and there's a lot of industries and businesses, is that more of a challenge, no doubt?
Well, the hazard mitigation plan is actually, it's all hazards, but the FEMA requirement, according to the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000, is to concentrate on natural hazards. They don't care if we include the technological hazards and the hazardous materials type things, and we did in both plans, but the concentration from the federal government and the state is to have hazardous materials or natural hazards looked at very closely. Flooding, windstorm damage, those kinds of things. The projects that are included in the plan and the annexes there had to be at least 2 that mitigated the effects of natural disasters. So they looked at everything, but
No, I just wondered, for example, if you lost the power in, business where there's 400 people in the place or something.
each municipality looked at its own, history of disasters and what they would need to do to help prevent something from happening or lessen the effects of it. A lot of them thought of generators for critical facilities that didn't have them. Several municipalities put projects together to ameliorate flooding along rivers or drainage ditches. Village of Glasgow is looking at something along the Salmon River, for example. The annexes are on the website, individually labeled. So.
Now, my concern was for the fact that the industrial park is part of it, but the land is being acquired, you know what I mean, big grants for that new expansion. No doubt they look at these kind of things. That's what I'm referring to. Not that you and the department does a great job. I just want to know that we're included.
I know
in
that
it.
Schuylkill talked about the industrial park when they did their
Okay, thanks, Terry.
And we can look further at that. We have to maintain this in have to keep meeting on it, even if it's going to be virtual in the future, we'll have to be working to try to ameliorate or look at new risks that may come along. But we find
Well,
out.
I just wanted, when it's presented to a industry or business, you know, it's very important, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Mel?
I'm just curious, why does Minetto not wanna, I mean,
I don't know.
There's a change in leadership and both at the legislative side and as the supervisor position. So I'm confident that there will be a better outlook on it in the future.
We'll bring them on. We have to do this again in 5 years. We will make sure we bring them on then.
Okay, just curious, it's such a positive thing for everybody.
I was gonna say something. Okay.
So, all right.
And we and the consultant do most of the work, and that may have been a concern that they thought they had to do more of the work themselves. You know, certainly help all municipalities along with that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. Next resolution is expenditure from the capital reserve, number 146, highway and automotives. This is to move $273,000 to purchase 7 sheriff's patrol vehicles. All vehicles that will be replaced range from 139,000 miles to 151,000 miles. Motion by legislator Emmons, second by legislator Chesborough. Discussion, sheriff, under sheriff, anybody want to speak? We're replacing 7 vehicles, and please remember that when we replace these vehicles, by the time we get the replacements, they'll have significantly more miles than what we have that I just said. So we're ranging from 139,000 to 151,000. Anything?
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Our vehicles need to be updated. We try to do a 5-year plan. We take cars out of service after about 5 years, depending on the mileage and what cars are in worse condition.
Richard?
Yes, I have a question for whoever takes care of this. I went through this list, and it's detailed, it really is good. My question is, and I'm just a little confused, I won't have poor farm boy but on this labor cost, and I just want to know how that is derived, because it's either $20, $10, $5, once in a while it's a little higher. How do we determine that and break that out, that cost factor charged each vehicle?
Honestly, I don't know that answer. It's done in a computer system. Garage puts it in, and the lieutenant prints the report. Labor is done by us. So I'm assuming the labor cost is based on standard repairs, like a manual. So you're figuring your labor cost probably depending on what a manual says the time period is. But that's only guessing.
Well, I'm also wondering if labor costs being 1, 2, or whatever, if those are hours compared to dollar figures.
If you look down through that, Terry, you're along like 20 and
Yeah, there could be 2 hours, or that could be, they could be going, no, meaning like 2 hours or something.
Right, okay, because it totals the.
Yeah.
Totals the cost of parts.
Okay, yeah. So. All right, any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. Sheriff, I know it's hard to hear, but we do need the door open, otherwise it's an illegal meeting. Sorry, sir. None of us want to be dinged for that, so. Next is a budget modification, 911 uniforms in the amount of $300. Motion by legislator Greco, second by legislator Emmons. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. Next resolution comes from 911 as well. This is a lease agreement regarding the Granby Muck Road Tower site for the New York State Police. This will be in the amount of $1,200 a year with a 3% escalator in rent per year. Motion on that, legislator Klein, second by legislator Mangano. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approved. Let's hope the state pays us on that quicker than they pay us for our other bills. We have department reports that are presented there, EMO, EMS, and fire coordinator. As we have discussed in the past, right now during COVID, they are there. If you have questions, please reach out to the department heads. One thing I did want to bring forward was the police reform reinvention panel per the governor's executive order.
Chairman, do we have PSA?
Yes.
I don't have it in my packet. I don't have it in my packet. Rewind. PS8, this is a budget modification. This was for overtime payments from corrections to overtime payments sheriff and sheriff's office transfer from temporary part-time corrections to overtime payments. This is the amount of $126,797. I entertain a motion. Motion by legislator Emmons, second by legislator Greco. Under sheriff, you want to explain?
The majority of our overtime issues are cap court, which is mandated. We started cap court last year. We really didn't have an idea of what was going to be expected, how many officers we would need, and for what hours. So I think we all knew what we were going to do.
It's on the agenda.
That was a guesstimate. We have cut some of it back compared to what it was in the beginning, just as we get used to making the changes with cap court.
Oh, wait a minute.
We've got
Stuck to.
keeping our building open till 11 o'clock at night with officers.
Gotcha.
The best there, and it's, on the weekends, we do have cap court, we have to have somebody down in the cap court holding cell, corrections, to be there anytime we have somebody in there, and then take a position within the correctional facility. So we were higher on overtime, mostly due to cap court this year.
Well, I do-
Some of the things we're looking into is to whether reimbursed overtime is coming out of there or not. And we've got some people doing some research there, hopefully to correct it and bring this number down quite a bit.
So I do have a motion and a second on the floor for this resolution. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stands approved. I do want to get into the police reform / reinvention panel per the governor's executive order, and all I want to say on that is the chairman is diligently looking to put together a comprehensive panel to put this into motion and review the said executive order that's handed down to us. There was some counties across the state who haven't taken much action, but do know that in our county we are diligently looking at the panel. So, and besides that, I do want to thank our sheriff and undersheriff and their department for all the work that they're doing, especially this month, making awareness for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's something that's near and dear to my heart, and I really want to thank you for your department is standing up. As you can see, their badges are nice pink for the month of October. So thank you, gentlemen. If there's nothing else, I'll legislator Chesbro. Hold on. Legislator Chesbro has the floor.
Camp Corps started in January, right? January?
Yes.
Yeah. Could we get some kind of report by the end of the year? I'm curious as to how much we used, how many people were in there, how many times do you have to have something there?
I think-
All the time?
I think Legislator Chesbro, it's a good point. It's a very valid point, something that we need to bring forward. I think we should wait until the year is completed, but it's not just on the sheriff as well. We also ought to look at our assigned council as well as our district attorneys and impact on those departments as well.
Probation still.
Probation, yep.
Yeah, I'm just hoping at the end of the year, I'm very curious to see what an impact it's had on us.
Keep in mind that we had it set up, COVID changed everything, so we started doing it. It's not going to be an accurate representation of what we're going to be doing going forward. Hopefully on November 15th, we're going back to full cap court operation as it was originally set up. We actually caught a break probably financially because of COVID. We started doing a lot of video arraignments. We're going to try to continue that, but it sounds like the Office of Court Administration is back to wanting all appearance tickets returnable to cap court starting November 15th.
Do you see a possibility as we go on that more video would be used instead of having to have face-to-face?
Problem is we can't mandate people that are issued appearance tickets to sign on from home. Defense bars got now that it was forced on them due to COVID, now all of a sudden they like it. So they realize they don't have to leave their offices.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, but again, November 15th, it looks like we're gonna be back to full capital operation.
Now, who determined November 15th? Was it the governor or us or?
It was supposed to be actually October 15th, but they realized they had to go back to Albany to get approved, plan approved to switch all the counties, or all the town and villages to the category.
Thank you.
All right, the motion by legislator Klein is back on the table for adjournment. Do I have a second? Second by legislator Emmons. We are adjourned. Thank you, folks.